before I get into today's topic, I do have a little announcement to make, and that announcement being is I got a job! Hooray! So yes, I start on July 5th, so a little less than 2 weeks from now, and it's going to be doing mobile support, so I'll be supporting like tablets and mobile devices. So hopefully I like it, hopefully it works out better than my last job did, so please wish me luck, fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly and that it is a good thing for me to do. So really hoping so, because after I stay in this job for maybe like a month or so, I'm going to start school, and then I'll be extremely busy doing work and school at the same time, but it'll be worth it because I'll be going to school for psychology, which I've mentioned before and is what I truly want to do. So I think this will be a good thing. So yes. Now, today's topic is going to be about benzos. So I will start off by reading you a little bit about like a little blurb about them. Benzodiazepines are a type of medication known as tranquilizers. Familiar names include Valium and Xanax. They are some of the most commonly prescribed medications in the U.S. Benzodiazepines act on the central nervous system, produce sedation and muscle relaxation, and lower anxiety levels. So, stop it! Sorry about that. So that is what they do. Now, I've been on 3 different types of benzos. I have been on Xanax, Klonopin, and Ativan in that order. I started taking Xanax approximately 4 years ago. I actually started taking it before I was prescribed it. I took it, a coworker had some, and I was working a really stressful job. I was working in a call center where I literally had a phone call every couple minutes, or even more than that, like almost back-to-back phone calls. So I was extremely stressed out by that job, and I took Xanax from him. I took anywhere from half a milligram to 1 milligram. I remember one time, because he was prescribed a 2 milligram bar, and I remember one time towards the end of work, I took a 2 milligram bar, and I drove home, and when I got home, I was on my computer, and I guess I just fell asleep, like sitting up in my chair with my hand on the mouse. I just completely passed out, and it was so freaky. Like, that could have happened while I was driving. Like, I had no control over it. I don't remember passing out. I just remember waking up. So if you have not taken a benzo before, then definitely start, well, for one, make sure you're prescribed them. I do not recommend taking them if you are not prescribed them. But when you are prescribed them, your doctor should start you at a lower dose. Usually they start at 0.25 milligrams, up to half a milligram, up to 1 milligram, and then up to 2 milligrams. So I know a lot of people take half a milligram, so that might be enough for you, but don't take too much because the sedation effect could be very strong, and we don't want you passing out in traffic like I almost did. But anyways, so I eventually got prescribed Xanax, and I took that for a little while, and then I eventually switched over to Klonopin. Took Klonopin for a little while. We all know how Xanax treated me. Worked pretty well. I don't quite remember why I switched to Klonopin, but I did, and Klonopin was not very effective for me. It just, I don't know if I was starting to build up a tolerance for these medications, because you can build up a tolerance over time, and they're not quite as sedating as they used to be. But I think that's maybe what happened, and then I switched to Ativan. And this whole time that I was taking Ativan, Klonopin, and Xanax, I was always on 1 milligram, 1 milligram 3 times daily. So morning, night, and then sometime during the day if I felt like I needed it, like if I was having a panic attack or just having some really bad anxiety. The copay for them has always been roughly $10, so seeing that these all have generics available, the copay is very, very affordable, and I would not be hesitant about getting on a benzo because of the cost, because it's totally affordable. Like it may even be cheaper than $10 for you. So now I recently took Ativan during a panic attack, and it had pretty much no effect for me. Like I was shaking, my heart was pounding, I was sweating, and my mind was just racing, and it was really bad. I was out and about when this was happening, and I took the Ativan. I think I was having lunch, and I took it with lunch, and an hour passed, and I still felt just as bad. And I don't know, like it did not work for me at that panic-stricken time. So I don't know if I'm going to, maybe I need a stronger dose. Maybe I need 2 milligrams instead of 1 milligram. Maybe I'll talk to my doctor about that. But yeah, 1 milligram did not do anything for me during that panic attack, unfortunately. So I think I have built up a tolerance. So maybe I need to increase, who knows. Now, I would like to say that while you're taking these medications, do not drink alcohol right after taking them. Like, no, 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 do not do that. If you're taking your morning dose and it's rolling into the evening, nighttime, and you want to go out and have some drinks, then I imagine then you'll probably be fine, because there's been quite a bit of time since you took that first dose in the morning. But I have had several instances where I have drank. One time I chased a Xanax with some gin, and that led me into a super, super, super bad depression, where I actually was cutting myself. Like I cut my arms and my legs, like both arms and both legs, and I was like bleeding and like wrapped in toilet paper, and it was not good. I was so fucking depressed, and yeah, just that was not good. And another instance that actually happened more recently, like a couple months ago, I took some Ativan, and I actually took more than I was supposed to take. I took like 3 milligrams, I think, and I followed it by drinking about 4 beers. So all I remember from that experience is throwing up all in the toilet and making a disaster of the bathroom. So that was not fun either. And yeah, so do not do that. Do not overdose on this medication either. I have overdosed on it. I have taken like, I don't know, like 12 milligrams, I think, at a time before, and it just knocked me out, put me to sleep. I slept in a lot the next morning. I know now, as far as like benzos and the likelihood of death is pretty low, but I read for Ativan, like it is possible to have a deadly overdose on Ativan, so, and that's what I'm currently taking, and that's what I did that overdose on. So very, very dangerous. Do not do that. I was in a bad place when I did that, so that's why it happened. But yeah, just take what your doctor prescribes and what he recommends. If it's not working for you, if you're like me and you've built up a tolerance, then go to your doctor, just tell him what happened. You had a panic attack and the sedation effect just really wasn't there, and hopefully he will increase your dose and it will then work for you. Or try you on a different medication. If you're taking Ativan, maybe switch you to Klonopin, or if you're taking Klonopin, switch you to Xanax. So yeah. So that is pretty much all I have to say about benzodiazepines. They are a pretty good medication. The only downfall is, well, they can be addictive. So like I notice if I don't take them for several days in a row, I start to have withdrawal side effects. So you can't skip. I mean, maybe I'll just skip like a day, like I've done that before, but don't skip multiple days in a row. I've never tried to wean myself off of them before, but I've heard that that is very difficult and you will have withdrawal effects if you do stop taking them, so watch out for that. But otherwise, they're good at controlling your anxiety. So, I mean, I kind of take almost like, since it didn't help during that panic attack, but it's almost kind of like a maintenance dose, I guess you could say, where it keeps my anxiety relatively lower than it would be if I wasn't taking anything. But maybe I just need to take more when I do have panic attacks. So, anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. And thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!